they didn't think you was gonna leave for real. Like they thought you was gonna leave for a little while and then come back like you normally did. Oh, my dog scared me. I forgot who was up under my bed. They thought you was gonna leave and come back like you always did. Like you left, you tried to leave before, multiple times before. You tried to leave before, do it on your own, figure out life on your own, but you couldn't figure it out because you didn't have God. See, this time you got God, and that's why it's different. But they were literally banking on the fact that you was gonna come back. They were banking on the fact that you was gonna come crawling back to them, begging them for a place to stay, begging them for money, asking them for this, that, and the third, needing their help like you always did. But now, this time is different, boo. Like, it's so different now because you got God. You done developed a whole new mindset. You more disciplined. You focused on yourself. You ain't out here looking for love in all the wrong places because you know that the love that you had been looking for before was right here. And you started to go within and actually do the work. And see, when you started working on yourself, that's when you begin to attract the blessings, the overflow, the things that God wanted you to know, learn, and receive. And that is what started to come into your life. And you started to see things from a different perspective. You started to open your mind to receive what God actually had for you because you knew that there was more in life. You knew that there was more to life than to keep on repeating that same old cycle that you had been repeating. But baby, they was banking on the fact that you was coming back. They was banking on the fact that you, it's just a little phase. She'll be back. He'll be back. It just, we just taking a little break. Mm-mm. Boop, but your bubble. Like they were banking on the fact that you was gonna come back to that toxic relationship, that you was gonna come calling them back up, that you weren't gonna never make it on your own, that you was gonna be homeless, you was gonna be broke, busted, and disgusted, and struggling. They thought you were gonna be doing something strange for a piece of change. Like they just knew. They just knew in their delusional, shallow minds that you were gonna come back, come crawling back to them and needed them. But listen, that was the that wasn't even the last thing on your list. That wasn't even on your list of things to do no more. Like you were like, ain't no more plan B. Ain't no more going back to toxicity. I refuse to go back to that. Whether it's family, friend, relationship, job, whatever it was that you left alone. You made it up in your mind that you weren't going back to that. You made it up in your mind that you were going to do something different. You don't care what it took. And you did exactly what you needed to do. You put the work in. You got serious about your life. You got serious about your relationship with God. You got serious about doing something different and building a completely different lifestyle for yourself. And building that and doing that for yourself, you have completely shattered what it was, like broke out of the cycle, the cycle that you were stuck in for so long. Like you broke the cycle. I want you to put that in the comments. I finally broke the cycle. Baby, when you break that cycle, it ain't no going back because the enemy had you in that cycle and you had to unlearn things. You had to learn things about yourself. You had to learn things about generational curses that were in your bloodline. You had to unlearn so much stuff and reprogram your mind. And when you do that type of work, when you begin to do that type of work, you are now breaking the cycle. You are now choosing a different direction, and that's exactly what you did. That's why you haven't returned, because you decided to put God first. You decided to let him lead you. You decided, okay, I'm not trying to understand this thing for my own. I want to rely on God. So I'm going to go within and I'm going to seek God for myself. And I'm going to allow him to lead me to where I need to go. God is within us. God is within us. He ain't over there. He ain't over there. He ain't back there. He ain't over there in front of you. He's right here. He's right here. All it takes is you going within and seeking him for yourself, getting in this quiet, still place, getting in a place where it's no distractions, just you and him by yourself. Get you a Bible, get you a notebook, get you some pens, get you something. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do the thing that God don't call you to do. Because God gives you that time, space, and freedom to do what it is that he has called you to do. When you are breaking that cycle, when you are breaking away from what does not serve you, you're building a whole brand new life. And you had people coming against you over and over and over again, serving as distractions, trying to bring you down, trying to tear you down, speaking word curses over you, telling you you can't do this, telling you you ain't gonna make it, telling you it didn't work for them, so it ain't gonna work for you. And guess what? Regardless of all those odds, regardless of all that opposition, regardless of all that, you still went and did it. And you flourishing in that thing because you have God now. Them people were banking on the fact that you was going to fail. That was over there like that was over there making bets that you was going to fail, that you was going to give up, that it was going to be too hard for you, that you weren't going to make it on your own, that you weren't going to make it with them kids on your own, that you weren't going to make it out there by yourself. But now look at you. Look at you now. You're building a whole new life. And I want you to keep going. Keep doing that thinking because you're doing the right thing. This is your confirmation that you are doing the right thing. You're in the right place. You are doing exactly what God needs you to do. You're going against what everybody said you couldn't do. You're going against that and you're doing it. Because all it took was you taking one step, then taking another step, then taking another step, taking another step. And now you are here. Don't even go back. I don't care who from your past trying to reconnect with you. That's the same people that told you couldn't do what you're doing now. Ain't no reconnection, ain't no reconciliation. Keep moving forward. Because a lot of people, you just got to forgive them, give them back to the Lord, and move on with your life. Like, you can love them from a distance. Cool. Love them from a distance. But don't go back to what broke you, what hindered you in the first place, what kept you down, what kept you at a low place. They wanted to see you down. They kicked you when you were down. They treated you like dirt when you were at a low place already. They got like, I'm already at a low place. Where else am I gonna go? They wanted you under the dirt. Okay, you were already at a low place. And they still showed their true colors. They still came against you rather than help you, rather than speak life into you, rather than build you up, rather than try to be an example of God's love. No, you had to find that for yourself because you didn't have it in nobody else that was around you. You didn't have God's true unconditional love in those people that were around you. And so you went within and you looked for it within yourself and you found it. That's what's been helping you get to your next level. That's why you are where you are right now. Yeah. So I'm proud of you. God is so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. You got people still banking on the fact that you're going to give up. Still banking on the fact that you're going to throw in the towel. No, because it gets easier. They don't know that. See, at first it's hard. When you start doing the work on yourself and unlearning certain patterns and breaking cycles and reprogramming your mind, getting new knowledge, it's hard. But it do get easier. It gets easier. And that's what's happening for you. You're living a life of complete peace, like peace that surpasses all understanding. And people can't figure out how you get to where you are right now. This is a peace that surpasses all understanding because you went within and you sought out God. You looked for God. You decided to not look for love in all the wrong places no more. And you knew that God was love. And you began to seek God for real. Not none of that religious stuff. We talking about a relationship. You built that relationship with God. That's why you divinely protected too. Because you ain't out here pretending. You ain't out here pretending to be something that you're not. You ain't out here treating people evil and dirty and nasty. God protects his children. You are divinely protected. And I don't care what evil scheme or plot that people trying to plan against you, baby, it ain't gonna prosper. It ain't gonna prosper. I just made a video before this one called "The Weapons Were Formed, but They Didn't Prosper." And now they're watching you level up. Nothing that comes against you can prosper. No word curses. People speaking down on you, because you know now that what people project onto you, the negativity that people project onto you, is only a direct reflection of who they are inside. So they project that onto you to make you believe it about yourself. Those are the lies of the enemy. Everything that comes from the enemy is a bold-faced lie. A lie from the pits of hell. Period. God is the truth. And in order to know the truth about yourself, in order to walk in your truth, you got to be walking with God. People live in a lie and they projected it onto other people so that they can believe it. They think you are gullible enough to believe it. You used to be gullible, but not no more, because you're standing 10 toes down now about your father's business and about what he said about you. That's what you're standing on now. Nobody can get you up off of that. So nothing demonic that come against you will prosper. You're divinely protected. You living a whole new life now. It's different now. So everything that they wishing on you and banking on the fact that you're going to fail, guess where they going to stay at? All that stuff that they putting out is coming back to them. That's why they are what they are. That's why their life is in shambles. That's why their mind is in shambles. They're struggling. They battling demons because they refuse to go to God. They keep rejecting God over and over again. God has given them chance after chance to repent and get it right with him, but they choose not to. So, baby, you flourishing. Keep flourishing. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're about to enter into a whole new level again. You thought it couldn't get no better than this, but it gets better. It gets easier and it gets better. God gonna keep on leveling you up as long as you got an upright heart and you stay in right standing with him and you don't stoop down to match nobody's evil, demonic level. We ain't doing that. Okay? Anywho, that's the message. I love you so much. God loves you more. All the important links are down in the description box below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I upload a video every single day. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss those videos that I upload every single day. And I'm going to be talking to you in the next video. Bye.